What's going on, guys? Your boy Etow's here with a nice little gameplay on Hard Hat. As usual, it's not some like intense ass gameplay. I actually don't remember what my final score is, but I saved the gameplay, so it obviously is a decent gameplay in my opinion. Today I don't really have much to do, so I guess I'll just talk a bit about what's been going on. I got back to school. For some of you who don't know, I'm back in school. Everything's settled in. Obviously, I have internet. I have my cable, and yeah. So, as a matter of fact, let's first story we're gonna talk about here is my cable incident situation, or whatever. So, first day I get here, I have the cable guy comes, and I think I just ate my mic there. But anyway, the cable guy comes, and he sets up my internet and all that other bullshit, and he at the end he brings out a little ass like fucking I don't even know what the fuck this little thing was, but I asked him what it was, and he was like, "Oh, that's your cable box." Now, for those of you who don't know, I play on an Alienware monitor, which is not actually a TV. It's a monitor, obviously. So I don't have the TV jacks and shit like that. I only have HD, and an HD box is what I ordered or what I asked for. So he comes in with a digital box, and that shit wasn't working because obviously you can't hook it up to my monitor. So then, unfortunately, me and my dad couldn't make it to Comcast early enough to exchange the boxes. So I had to go on my own the next day. And for those of you who don't know, I don't have a car because my license is suspended. Long story. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, and so I brought my bike with me to school instead, and that's pretty much how I'm gonna be getting around. Pretty, pretty weird, being that everyone else in the school has cars, but you know, whatever. So anyway, the next day comes. I don't feel like going to fucking Comcast. Why? Well, first of all, that shit it's about 7 miles away, about 45 minute, whatever. So if you drive there, my school is right next to the highway. If you drive there, it's about 10 minutes tops. If you was to take your bike, it would be 40 minutes. That's what Google Maps said. Actually, it said 53 minutes, whatever. So the next day comes, and I'm thinking I'm gonna go with my roommate because I came early to school to settle in and shit like that. So there's really no one here yet except for like the RAs and the orientation leaders. So I'm here with one of my roommates, and he was dropping his stuff off, and he has a car, and he wanted cable as well. So since we live in a house, we have to all get it under the same line, and I usually get the cable under my line, under my name or whatever, and pay for it, and they just pay me. My roommates pay me by, we split the bill and shit like that. So anyway, I'm thinking he's gonna drive me to Comcast or whatever because he has a car, and he asked me did I go to Comcast, and I was like no. I mean, it was kind of a weird question because, like I said, I was figuring he was gonna drive me to Comcast. How else am I supposed to get there? So next day comes, and I realize, well, he's clearly not gonna fucking drive me to Comcast, so I have to get my cable somehow. For those of you who don't know, I'm in Penn State, right? But I'm not in Penn State main campus. I'm in some shitty ass. I wouldn't say it probably isn't shitty. I just don't like it. Now I do like it, obviously, if I'm still here. But anyway, it's a smaller campus, Penn State Schuylkill. It's about an hour and a half away from the main campus, and there's really nothing to do over here. One of the main reasons is because it's a longer highway, Route 61. So yeah, so I'm like, I gotta get my cable. There's nothing to do. I was in one of my gaming phases where I don't feel like playing anything or whatever. So I was going through that, and I needed some fucking cable is what I'm pretty much trying to say. So I told my girlfriend, I said, now we went through the whole thing, she couldn't get me a ride, I couldn't get myself a ride. So I decided, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna bike this shit 7 miles to get some fucking cable. So I take my bike out, and I have Metro piece of shit. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a phone company, I guess, like T-Mobile, Verizon, whatever. I don't know where you guys are from or what phone lines you have or whatever, but it's called Metro PCS, and it's a great service if you're within its service areas, which isn't really a large area. It's a very small area, and unfortunately, I am not. So I don't have the G service or whatever, the thing that you use for internet, GPS, and all that. So I Google mapped where the Comcast was, and I Google mapped the bike route, and I took a picture of it, and I went on my way to Comcast. Now, 5 minutes into my journey, my phone dies, so I don't have any fucking map. Now, I have a pretty good photographic memory when it wants to be good. Like, I have a very bad selective memory. Like, it's a long story, but anyway, surprisingly, I actually remembered the whole route, all 7 miles of where I was going, and when I when I get like probably about 20 minutes into it, I asked somebody, am I going the right way? They said yes. Now I realized where I was going, it was all uphill. It was in a fucking mountain. So long story short, I had to bike. I biked 7 miles up into a mountain with my heavy ass bike to go get some cable. I biked back, and it fucking mind fucked the shit out of me. Because usually you would think if you bike up a hill to go somewhere, coming back you will bike down. There was no downhills. Like, I was really hoping for some downhills, but no, it was like flat, up, and maybe like a short hill. And it's pretty fucking gay. But that's pretty much it. I biked 14 miles to get some fucking cable. I'll tell you guys some more stories in the next commentaries. I guess it's pretty short. I was actually hoping it would be a bit longer, but it wasn't. This has been your boy E-Towels. If you haven't seen episode 28, go check that out because I fucking love it personally. I know you will. But yeah, I'm out. Peace, niggas.